spot at this ditch that's like easier to drive to.
So that'll affect the upper. That's okay.
Can't wait to fix this all up. I'm kind of overwhelmed right now. Like this is all ours. That's just something good.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here.
I want to go in here. I'm locked up. All this brush has to go. And this is a potato digger. I was thinking yard ornament for this too, like those other ones we have at home.
Yeah, for the chicken coop.
Yeah, let's go exploring in here. You could totally turn this back into a chicken coop.
There's already cages and
Yeah.
roosts.
This actually looks like decent on the inside.
We're getting chickens.
Whoa. I wonder what all these things are. The chicken feeder, we can still use that. Wow, there's so much. I need to make the door a little taller. Okay, that's sketchy. Let's go over here.
That's sketchy right there.
The floor's rotten there, don't go in there. I don't know if I've ever been in here when it was raining.
That's sketchy.
Yes. Yeah, look at all the boards down there.
Do you think they kept pigs in that?
I don't know.
Or maybe just like a feed room,
Maybe.
grain.
Let's go over there.
Like, look at the floor
I've been
there.
over there before. You just gotta walk in the right spot. The spot where somebody fell through is like, oh, right there. Step on this board here, and then onto this sheet of steel. I think this barn's just on ground level. There's no basement under us here, so probably not falling through this. This is like something here. I don't know what that is. That window used to open up there. And it looks like there used to be a track up on the top of this part too. What do you think they use this room for?
I think they would have put the grain through there.
Fill this whole room right full of grain, probably. They must have been using the license plates to block off all the little cracks.
Is that a camper?
It's like a cap off a truck.
There's the
That's a
windmill.
cistern in there.
Old head gates, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, Santa's sleigh.
Yeah. Yeah, like somebody definitely fell through right there.
Ouch. Can't get it out there.
Wow, this. Watch it, there's wire or something there. I can't see.
Get some horses. I think they're keeping most of it.
Well, anything in here he wants. So this would have been the pump house, I guess. The windmill tower is there, hidden in the trees. Old water trough. Pressure tank down there. I want to fix up this little building. It's pretty rough, but it's fixable. The well that is here used to feed the house. There's a water line that goes under the road to the house. But they didn't like that since it was on the wrong side of the road, so they ended up drilling a well at some point. And the well for the house is over in that field. So this is the west fence line of the property. Our house is right there. That's the road. And that's looking down back towards the fields and the barn. And that's the neighbors down towards the end of the road. So we can sneak right out there to our place. Spend a weekend here in the excavator. She'd look pretty neat and tidy. That's cool. I can't wait to make this a nice trail. September 9th, down here at the barn. Did some work down here last Friday. Got a bunch of stumps pulled out, some stuff cleaned up. Haven't really done anything with the barn yet, so I'm just having a look here now. Got these doors opened up for the first time since we've owned it, and just having a look here. This beam, pretty non-existent anymore, so I think I would like to make some sort of support under the joist down in the basement to support that, because that's not good. And then like these posts here on the side, there's nothing really under them. Just trying to figure out what to do with all this stuff. It's like, where do you start? But I guess start right here. So I'm gonna try and get some of this cleaned out of here, and then I think for right now just try and put some braces up of some sort to just try and stabilize that. Now safety is the key here. Some of those planks I'll probably be able to use, but all these doors and house stuff, that's all out of the house when they did renos in the 80s. This is where it all ended up, and here it all is. I guess I'll just start pecking stuff out of here. Cleaning her out. Got a bunch of lumber, old insulation, bunch of junk moved out of here. So now I can get back in here to work. So the first area of concern right here is this. There's supposed to be like a 12 by 12 beam there, and it's rotten. So all these joists are sitting on this beam here, but I still think I want to build a beam like along here just to support that, because that's where both those doors are. And I would really like to make it all the way down along here. I don't know, one thing at a time. Alright, so we just got all these chunks of old deck beams and posts moved in here. And the point of that is to try and support underneath here, because the beam is completely rotten. So we're going to start down here, brace this, put some bracing up upstairs, and hopefully save this barn from falling down. January 11th, 2023. Finally down here at the barn to do some work. This is looking terrible. So we're gonna start from ground level and work our way up. So we've got these old deck posts and beams from the old deck at my parents' cottage. And I think we're gonna do 3 little sections. So we'll do 3 joists here, 2, and then 3. And there should be enough stuff here to do that with, so we'll start getting some beams built. So we've got this temporary beam built here, but there's a big gap here. So on each joist, we're gonna jack it up a bit, shim that in, and then set it down so some of the weight of the floor is sitting on this beam. Well, there we go. Step 1 all finished up. Bracing in the basement. That turned out pretty good. And that was all reused lumber, so that worked well. Now, on to the upstairs part. Plan is to take all these logs to the mill and get them made into barn boards and beams to fix the barn. Back to get some lumber. This is the 3rd load we'll be picking up. Ended up with quite a bit of lumber from all those logs. And there's a whole lift of 1-inch boards in the shop. Be interesting to see how far all that goes. January 14th, 2023. Got a bunch of lumber down here on the wagon. Ranger's full of tools. And here's what we've got. Oof. So I'm gonna just start putting some bracing up in here today. Now obviously that looks pretty sketchy, and safety is my main concern while doing this. So I'm gonna start putting up bracing in the parts where it's still looking not too bad, and kind of work my way in with the bracing just to try and stiffen everything up and hold it until we can really get at that to get that straightened up and fixed properly. I got these structural screws. $500 for a box of these. That's insane. But they work good, so. Sometimes when it comes to stuff like this, you just can't fool around. You just gotta spend $500 on stuff. You get the idea. I'll carry on like that. This is coming along not too bad. We're mid-afternoon here now. It's just slow and steady. I'm by myself, but got lots of bracing up in this end. So now I think I'm going to start bracing kind of from here to there and try and get that stabilized. February 18th. Finally doing some more work on the barn. Denny's giving me a hand today. Got a bunch more bracing up. Way safer looking. Got a bunch of old boards pushed off the end there. We'll go outside and have a look. Still looks super sketchy from out here. Some of those old boards and hay thrown into the way. You can see a lot of bracing from down here. One board at a time. So we got a bunch of supports going up to the tails of those rafters, and that seems like it's a lot sturdier in here. And we got some more bracing over here finished up. I think that's a pretty good start.